In this video today, we're going to be talking about the top 3 ways to relieve back pain during pregnancy. Now, the biggest thing to understand about pregnancy is that as you're gaining weight in through here, right, as the baby is growing, it's going to actually pull your body forward. And so in terms of taking care of the architecture of your spine, we still want to get that body into a vertical position as much as possible so that we're stacking the vertebrae and we're keeping our body in this better position, right? We said that posture literally means positioning, and so throughout the course of your pregnancy, if you're more aware of your posture, it's going to make a big difference for you. So as I turn to the side here, as this baby grows, I'm going to have more of this in front of me here, okay? And so to be able to flatten the lower back here, as I flatten the lower back, and again it's going to require a little bit of strength on your part in order to be able to do that. Well, one thing that I like to have people do is to stand against a flat wall. So if I open my body up here and I'm standing against a flat wall, I'm not standing against a flat wall right now, but you get the idea. And I have my buttock area, my shoulders, and the back of my head against the wall. And what that does is puts our body into what we call anatomical rest position. And so sometimes maybe you don't want to be standing, you want to be sitting down, but certainly, if you are standing, you're walking around and you want to get some relief there, in the moment you can just find a flat surface and you can really spread yourself out there to be able to give yourself some support. Now, as far as your weight increases here, we want to use tools that can actually help you so that it makes it easier to be able to move and bend and do the things that you need to do. I hear lots of women. I have 2 kids, and certainly when my wife was pregnant, we use different tools, but I think that some people are aware of them and some people are not. And so some of the things that you can use, one thing that is very popular is what's called a belly belt or a pregnancy belt. And what it is it's a belt that will literally hold the baby down in this area so that it gives you some support and goes around your back. It's not uncommon when women are pregnant that because there's a hormone called relaxin, which starts to relax the ligaments to prepare for childbirth, we want some additional support in the lower back as the baby grows. So some sort of band or brace around here that you can do that will help to support the baby is a really positive thing. Now, some people, they work literally up until until the day they deliver. And so when you're sitting in a chair, there's different tools that you can use, things like lumbar pillows that you can put behind you that will support the back. There's also something called a sitting wedge. This is kind of an old one here, but it's a wedge literally that you sit on. And what that does is helps when you're sitting to give you a little bit of arch. Now, maybe you're thinking that I literally told you the exact opposite a moment ago. I actually didn't. When you're standing, you want to think about flattening your back. But when you're sitting, you actually want to bring your hips forward. And really what we're trying to do is to get that arc and that curve in the lower back in a really balanced place so that you're not putting so much pressure on the lower back, okay? And so as those ligaments are becoming more stretched out, as your body's preparing for childbirth, there's going to be more pressure on the lower back. The next thing is really about earlier on in your pregnancy. It's really important to make sure that you're doing some strength-oriented exercises. Now, obviously this is going to depend upon your pregnancy and whether you're able to do them, but as your pregnancy progresses, if the joints are becoming more flexible, we want to add some support to the body and to the lower back. And so any sort of strength exercises, core exercises, strengthening your legs, to make your body stronger, so as you're carrying more weight in the front, you actually have the support that you need in order to be able to carry long term. Now what I'm going to show you a few different types of exercises that you can do as a pregnant woman to be able to relieve pain in your back and give yourself some ideas of some things that you can do so that you can at least feel okay. And if you get yourself in a bind where things are really hurting, you can actually begin to do something about it. So these are going to show you a couple of different types of movements and exercises that will help you to relieve back pain during pregnancy. The first one is around what we call a pelvic tilt, which is the ability to be able to move your lower back and forth. There's a movement in yoga which is called a cat stretch, which you're on your hands and knees. And if you have a cat, you know, because they like to do these movements. So the cat stretch is a good movement to be able to do, and oftentimes, especially as the pregnancy progresses, it becomes more difficult to make certain movements. So again, this is a simple exercise you can do on the bed or on the floor that can really help you. Another one is what's called child's pose. So I'm going to lean back a little bit here, and if it's too much pressure on your knees, what you can do is put a pillow back behind your knees to help to take some pressure off there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lean forward here. And what that will do is help to take pressure off your lower back and give you a little bit of stretch there so that you can help to relieve that back pain. So when we're relieving back pain during pregnancy, again, it's really about managing your day-to-day activities. And as we're learning more about our own body, we can feel, just listen to your body. Anytime that you do something, it's going to feel the same, it's going to feel better, it's going to feel worse. And things that make you feel better, do more of those. If you're having pain and you're not getting relief, you need to try something new. You can certainly put ice on your back. You can do different things to help to relieve that pain. But mainly because you have a baby growing inside you, there's going to be extra pressure on your body. And so it's just being patient with that process and just getting yourself as comfortable as you can. So I hope this has been helpful information for you. Certainly when you're pregnant, you're looking for resources and things to take care of yourself to have the most healthy pregnancy possible. And it's not uncommon, like I said, for there to be more pressure on different areas of your body, on your back, on your abdomen. And so some of this is just natural changes that occur during pregnancy. But if you have any questions or comments, please put a comment in the section below, and we'll see what we can do to be able to help you. But pregnancy is not a condition. It's not a disease. It's a really beautiful thing. And as the baby grows, you just want to make sure that you take care of yourself so that you can have the best experience possible. Thank you for watching.